love that too.
What a choir.
Ah. Oh, yes. I love this. And Advent is so important in our journey. And today we're living in faith and hope. And I do treasure our time in this journey. It's a season. And in this season, there's a lot of things that call our attention. And the most important one is our Christ consciousness in God. So we turn to Scripture. There's so much wisdom about this in Scripture. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Now this is our deepest understanding. Faith, we have all the faith we're ever going to have. It is embedded, it's inherent in each of us. It's just, where do we direct our faith? Where do we place our faith? Because we can place that faculty, this important faculty of faith, in anything. In love, in doubt, in joy, in lack, anywhere. But when we spiritually hold our faith, it's aligning with our oneness with God. And living in faith and hope is a journey of awakening to that bright light of God that's in each opportunity we have to live our days. Now, our booklet has much wisdom in it, and from this time, this first week of hope and faith, Reverend Alberta Ware says this: hope is the expectation of future good and is often impacted by time. But you are the one controlling the process. When you activate faith, you don't have to see how or when, you just have to know. Just have to know. Like, it's really easy. It's that simple. But does anyone else find that really difficult to keep remembering? Yeah. Hope are those qualities of goodness that we set our heart on, we set our mind on. We might hope for a new car. We might hope for more peace. We could hope for healing. We could hope for losing some weight. And hope is conditional. It's based in time. It's affected by time. So as much as I would like to just go, okay, just drop the happy Buddha belly, it doesn't happen like that. It happens by commitment, by getting exercise, by eating right, and by holding the knowing that my perfect weight is already within me. I have complete faith in that. So we are the operators. We get to decide. We have the control center of those things that we place our faith in, that we place our hopes in. Anyone hoping for something right now? What are you hoping for?
More work.
More work. Anyone else? Joan?
Peace.
Peace. Thank you. Catherine?
Healing for my son.
Healing for your son. It covers the gamut. This is for absolutely everything. We can place this faith when we lay our head on our pillow for a good rest, a good sleep. And in that, we are operating this truth in every aspect of our life. Are you ready for that? Living in faith and hope. Elizabeth Sand-Turner, I wish I met this woman. She metaphysically interpreted the entire Bible in 3 volumes. It's a beautiful writing. Early writer, but she's brought much to unity. And here she says from her wisdom, faith is the inner assurance that what we desire already exists in the invisible realm of spirit and can, by the exercise of our faith, be brought into being. This is that essence, that the very fact of faith is it brings forth, it's how we bring into our life that which we desire. And everything is first held in thought, held in mind, and created from the invisible realm, where it already exists. So if you know the truth in God, you know the truth that it is to be, then it can come forth. This can be when you're preparing a meal, when you're painting a painting, like Tom Ricks paints all the time. It doesn't just happen, does it, Tom? It has to come from a knowing that the canvas will reveal itself to something that is to shine light into the world. And we do this so many ways. We can also do it when we pick up the phone and we decide, okay, I'm going to call the person I've been having difficulty with. And it's our faith in making the connection where we can move through our judgment, our criticism, and our past to a moment where we can just listen and connect in the now moment. Sounds good, yes? And we do it. And it gives its gift to us. More God. So living in faith and hope is a journey of awakening to that presence that's always there to give us support. Also, from our Unity Advent booklet is Reverend Leslie Miller's writing. She says, the true meaning of Christmas is discovering that God's substance is constantly manifest through your faith in it. The gifts of Spirit are unlimited. Have faith in the flow of infinite life that you are and find it deep within your soul. It's really that basic. Our faith is placed in God. There is nothing impossible in the realm of God. Absolutely nothing is impossible. Which means that where we're placing our faith, there's all possibility. Right? So as we allow ourselves to focus on the truth of God, then we can actualize the very life that we want. And I know it's a human journey. It's a human journey having an awesome spiritual experience, and the paradox is we have this human journey where sometimes it's really hard. Anyone had really hard lately? Yeah. Yeah. And even in the most challenging places in our life, we can turn to God and have faith that God has everything of the how and the when our truth, our healing, our recovery, our balance, our serenity is going to come from and how it's going to be. All we need to do is know it's true in faith, in the unseen. And then we allow God to do what God does. How does it feel to you if someone's asked you to do something and they stand there and they're just, aren't you going to get started? Aren't you doing it yet? And they're just always on you? Doesn't feel too good, does it? Well, that's why God is unconditional loving flow. There's no standing on our shoulder going, you got to do it this way. It's the easiest path. God is always the easiest path. And we find contentment, and our soul journey loves when we can identify the truth that God is right now. Our soul is always one with God. And that oneness that we each have with each other is in that same realm. When we look at each other, we're looking at ourselves and the many expressions of humanity that we reveal, which keeps it very interesting. Reverend Mark Fuss is a great guy. I've loved getting to know him. He works at Unity Village in Kansas, in Missouri. And here he writes in our Unity Advent booklet. I'll read it from the booklet itself. So, in this busy season, be gentle with yourself. In the face of whatever life throws at you, hold on to hope. Give it away where you can and move through doubt and stand in faith. If anyone is not experienced the end of year rush to get a whole bunch done, I praise you and honor you in your calm and serenity. It's like every day I can do that, or I can do that. But since I can't bilocate, I only can do one thing. It's hard. There's a whole bunch going on. It's important that we take care of ourselves. Am I getting enough rest? And am I eating well? Am I connecting with others? No one will look out for you better than you looking out for yourself. And as we give our hope, give our faith, give our energy, we can move through any doubt, any lack, any difficulty, any chaos. The greatest way through that journey is giving it away. So we're going to have this personal exploration this week. Again, praying and meditate is so important. And if you have a regular practice of prayer and meditation, yes, you might add to it. Give it a little more time. Open to it even more. It is a time of listening. This is where we can get our greatest inspiration, intuition, and guidance. And the second one is read spiritual literature that opens you to truth. And you get to decide what spiritual helps you. For many, it's the Bible. For us in Unity, it could be the daily word. It could be reading Discovering the Power Within You, or any of our Unity writers. They're amazing books that lift us up. It could be anything that does that for you. And you know what those resources are for you. And if you would like to hear what other people are reading, say, what spiritual literature work for you right now? Right now, I love our sister church, Center for Spiritual Living, has a magazine you can subscribe to that has a daily reading, and I find great stuff there. I just discovered guideposts from Norman Vincent Peale's church, which is the church I used to attend when I was in New York City. It was a huge, beautiful church called the Marble Collegiate Church, and boy, I don't know that Norman Vincent Peale knew it or not, but he was a Unity minister. He just spoke truth all the time in the way that we speak about it all the time. It's beautiful. And they have a booklet called Guideposts. It's full of stories. It's beautiful. So open yourself to reading some spiritual literature. And the third one is give of your time, your talent, and your treasure. This is giving our hope and faith some light and energy. And it is the practice that we know. We are a church of ownership. We're a church that knows that sacred service is a gift to us. My experience is I can't outgive God. I love giving and being of service. And today, we have all of our sacred service out on the table and in the bulletin today. Each team is described. If any of those give you light, sign up for it. So let's join me this weekend. Let's explore this deeply in these ways, and we will be embarking on this Advent journey of living in faith and hope.